So this one also have a shopping cart icon over here. So I want to bring this shopping cart icon onto my website. So I'm going to go over here and then I'm going to click on this plus icon, or hover over here and click over here, and then you see the cart over here. I'm going to bring the cart over here. Now I want to move the cart in between the button and then the primary navigation. So it's going to be something like this. Okay, so as you can see over here, this is how I want it to be like. Now I'm going to style the button and then I'll come back to style the cart. So I'm going to style the button. I'll click on this ranch icon or the settings icon over here, and then let's look at what is written over here. It says borrow a book. So I'm going to do the same thing, right? Borrow a book. Okay, on it. Now with this over here, I'm just going to use the this URL over here. So I'm going to go back over here and then copy the URL over here, copy the link address, and then come back over here and then paste it over here. Okay, now you can do the settings. You want it to open in a new tab, or set a link to no follow, set a link to whatever it is. I'm just going to leave all these things as it is. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm going straight to the design over here, and I'll click on design. Now the colors over here, now you can change the background color and all those things. When you hover on it, how do you want it to be, and all those things. Now with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this red color over here, the color code over here, and then with this one I want it to be white as it is, but when I hover on it, I want it to be that red. Okay, so if I hover over here, you see it is red. Okay, now don't worry, you can't see it. Now we'll make it see it. Okay, so with the background color, I want it to be also red. Okay, so I want it to be this red. Okay, now when I hover on it, I want it to be white. Okay, so that is exactly what I want. I want it to be white. So it's going to be something like this. So as you can see, everything works perfectly as it is. Now that we are down over here, we can scroll down and then adjust the radius and other stuff. Even the font style, we can go over here and then pick the font style. But since it is inheriting the font style that we set up, there is no need for us to set up any font style again. So you can check out the shadow and all those things. I'm just going to publish it to make sure that all my changes are I publish. So if I go over here and then let me click over here and then see what happens. Now as you can see, we are getting there almost just like this one. Okay, so we are getting there. Now let's go back over here and then click on the cart settings. So we're going to click over here to check the settings of the cart icon. Now we want this icon. All right, we don't want it to be a link. Now as you can see over here, now if you say a link, it means that when I click on it, it's going to open the cart for me. Okay, but I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be just like this one. When I click on it, there is a pop-up over here for me, and that is what I want it to be like. So to do that, we want a pop-up cart. Okay, so you can set it up. Now where do you want it? Do you want it to be the left side or the right side? Of course the right side is okay for me. I'm going to publish it. Now so if I go back over here and I refresh the website, okay, and I click on I click over here, you see I have this cart pop-up over here for me and on the right side, and that is exactly what I want. So now that I have this one set up, now I'm going to go to a design over here. Okay, so with the design over here, now I need to set up the colors and other stuff of it. I want it to stay as it is, but then I want the cart total colors to also change. So if you look over here, you see how this one does, and that's exactly how I want mine to also behave. So with the cart total, I want it to be I want it to be pure white. Okay, so I want it to be pure white. The same thing applies to this one. I want it to be pure white. Okay, but with the background, I want it to be our red color. Okay, so just like this one, I want it to be our red color. Okay, so basically this is it, and then I publish it. So now that we are done with the cart, let's move on to the primary navigation. So I'm going to click on the ranch icon over here, And then what we're going to do is just going to what, just do some few settings for the primary navigation. Okay, so with it, let's go there and then see if the navigation is all right. So as you can see, with the navigation colors, we want this one to be what, to be our red color. Okay, so we want this one to be what, a red color. No, oh sorry, we want this one to be just the color as it is, which is what, which is the black. Okay, but when we hover, it's supposed to be like this, and when we what, when we when we it is selected, we give it what, that red what color. Okay, and that is it. So the underline, all those things, you can, with the navigation style, you can choose any style that you want it to be. Okay, so let's see. This is what a simple navigation style. It is the same thing as what we are doing. Okay, and that is it. Now with the navigation font, let's go to what, the style over here, and then choose a bigger style, like let's say 500. I think 500 is quite okay for us. All what we're going to do is we're going to click on what, publish, and then we publish. So now we are done with what, our header. Okay, now let's go to what, our footer. So as you can see over here, the footer is like this. It is not well designed or well customized. We're gonna what, customize it the way we want it. So we're gonna go back and then click on footer over here, and then our footer what, our footer builder will pop up for us. Now with the background, what do you want the background to be like? Of course, let's go to the general over here first, and then we check in the copyright over here. So with the copyright, as you can see with this one over here, if you scroll down, the copyright says what, designed by Kitech Digital. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one over here, and then just remove this. Let me expand it. Remove the team credit over here, and then I'm just going to place in this sign. Where is it? Oh, hold on guys, I'm trying to see the sign that I used. Why am I not seeing it? Okay guys, so I'm using a new keyboard, and this keyboard I cannot really find the sign, but then you can use any sign that you want. So I'm going to use this one over here, and I'm going to say designed by what, Kitech Digital. Okay, and then I'll link it. Okay, you can just highlight it over here, and then click on this link, and then you can be able to type in your website address or wherever you want to link it over there. Okay, and that is what, and that is it. Then I'll publish it. Okay, so now as you can see, I have it over there, but I want to change the background. So as you can see, this is the background that I'm having over here. I want to change it to the same background. Okay, so what I want to do is what, I want to just go to what, design over here. Okay, go back to design, and then let me go to general and see. Okay, so I want to go back to design over here, and then this is font, this is the link colors. Okay, everything is correct. Now the underline, I don't want it to what, underline, so I'll say what, no underline. Okay, so now with the what, with the footer bottom, or with the copyright thing, what I'm going to do is let me go back to the footer over here. Okay, with the footer, the background, that is where I want. So as you can see, just make sure that you are at the footer. Okay, and then with the background, we can what, we can choose any background that we want. Okay, so let's say we want this kind of what, this kind of background. Okay, so you can choose any background that you want depending on what your your color preference or anything that you want. So I want it to be this, and then I'm going to go to general and then go to what, the copyright thing over here, and then with the design, I want to change my font color over here. So with the font color, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick something like what, something like light gray thing over here. Okay, so basically everything is what, quite okay for me. Now I can decide to even reduce the size of my text. Okay, so I want to make it like, let's say 14. Okay, 14 is quite okay. So that is how it works, and that is how you can customize your footer. Okay, so I can publish it. Now guys, as you are customizing your header and your footer, make sure that you customize it in the tablet mode and then also the mobile mode. Okay, so now let's go to the header again and then check out the you see this control settings over here and all those icons over here. Now let's click on it to go to the tablet mode. Now as you can see, this is how the tablet looks like. Okay, so if you think it's okay for you, you can leave it as it is. Okay, but I want to bring another thing over here, which is the cart. Okay, so I want to bring a cart over here so that the cart will show on the tablet also. Okay, so as you can see, I want to bring the trigger over here, then the cart will be in the middle of the logo and all those things. So I like it this way, and that is it. Now let's go to so as we are done with this one, so you can also customize it anyhow you want it. You can go and then check out the cut total, colors and all those things. So I want to change this one to white. Okay, I want to change this one also to white, and then I can change the background to any color that I want. Okay, so I want to change the background color to this color, and then also this one to this color. Okay, so as you can see guys, everything works perfectly fine for me. Okay, now I can click on the the mobile thing over here, and then under it over here I can add a button. Okay, so I'm gonna add the same button that I added to the the desktop side. Okay, so with this button, what are we writing over here? It is the same thing. It says borrow a book. Okay, so we're gonna borrow a book, and then we'll copy the URL of the library to the place. Okay, so we're gonna copy the URL and then paste it over here. Okay, now that we have this one, now let's go and then customize it. So our text color will be white. Okay, when you hover also it's going to be this red color. Our background color will be red, and then when you hover it's supposed to be white. Okay, so basically that is all. And then when you when you click on the trigger, it's going to do this one for you. Now of course with the trigger with the off canvas, we can do a whole settings over here. Okay, so we can click on it over here, and then how do you want it? We want it to be a side panel or a full width. Okay, so I want it to be full width, and then I want it to be in the center. Okay, just like this one, and then I want it to publish. So if I click over here, as you can see guys, this is how it's going to behave. Okay, for me, and that is exactly how I want it. Okay, so I want it to be something simple like this, and I go now with a trigger. I want to trigger it. Okay, I want to style it. I want to go over here and then choose the middle one over here. Okay, and then with the design, I want to make it full black. Okay, so with this one I want to make it full black. Okay, and then when I hover on it, it's supposed to be like this. Okay, so I think everything is quite okay. I can publish it. Now when I go to mobile, it's still the same, but as you can see, the logo is big. Okay, so I can click on logo over here, and then check the logo over here, and then reduce the size a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to reduce the size to, let's say, 180. Okay, and 180 is like this, so let's say 150. Okay, so 150 will give you something like this. All will be showing over here for you nicely. Okay, and that is how you can be able to customize your set up your logo to be mobile responsive for almost every website that you use. Okay, so guys, we are done with most of the header and footer customization. Now let's move on to deal with the pages and other stuff. So I'm gonna publish it over here. Okay, now I'm gonna go back and then click on desktop mode over here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to post and pages. Okay, so with my post and pages, what I'm gonna do is all my pages, I want to go to design over here. Okay, now when I go to design, I want the page title font to be as it is, but I want to change this one to what, to white. Okay, and then I want to change the page title background also to what, to this kind of like a red color. Okay, I can decide to make it a little bit darker red. Okay, depending on how you want, and then I publish it. So if I come over here and then I go to my library, I'm supposed to make sure that this thing works for me. So it's not really working as I want it, but let me go over again and then see if I have done page title background. Okay, so that is it. Yeah, font is white, everything. Okay, so I don't know why it's not really working, but let me just refresh it again and see, because it's supposed to give me what I want. But then of course I can customize it in a different way. Okay, so let me look at it this way and see if, okay, so it picked it over here, but it did not pick it at the shop side. Okay, so meaning that I have to customize it at the shop side also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to back over here, and then with the pages, I'll go to WooCommerce over here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to product catalog. Okay, so as you can see, this is the product catalog, that is the library over here. Okay, so I'm going to go to design over here, and then the title color, I'm going to give it white. Okay, so as you can see, it is now coming. And then with the active the background, the title archive background color, I'm going to give it this a little bit darker red color over here. And I think everything is good to go for me. And then I'll publish it. Okay, now I can go back again and then do the same for checkout also. So with the checkout, I think it picked it as it is. So let's let's go to, let's say, my account and see if it is working the way we want it. So my account is also working the way we want it. Okay, so it was only the archive which wasn't responding the way we want it, but now it is responding the way we want it. Now let's go back again and then look at the layout of my account. So let me look at my account layout over here, and as you can see, it is on the right side over here. We don't want it that way. We're going to put it on on the left. Okay, so that is exactly how we want it to be. Okay, so the checkout is also working for us. Everything is working. Now let's publish it and then go back. Okay, and then let's look at the product catalog again. Now we're gonna go down, scroll down, and then see if we can do some changes or other things in it. So products per row, we want it to be to be 3. Okay, we want it to show 3 products per row, just like this one over here. Okay, so with the add to cart, what do we want to do? We want it to be, let's see, the bottom style and all those things. Let me go. I'm gonna go through it one by one and then see what I have to what I have to do. So archive layout. So with the archive layout, you can change it anyhow you want to change it. It depends on what you can make it this way or anyhow you want it to be. But I think this is is better. It shows the the pictures well, and then I like it that way. And then if you want it as you want a sidebar, you can also choose a sidebar. So let me go to the button. Okay, so slide up is okay for us. And then button style, do you want it with text, arrow, or buttons? We want it to with buttons, so it's gonna be not with the text. We want it to be like this. Okay, and that is how we want it. Okay, so now that we are done with everything, mobile column, do you want it to be 2 column or 1 column? I think 1 column is quite okay. So I'm going to publish it over here, and then if I go to over here and then I refresh it, we're going to see all the changes that we've done over here. And then now everything looks perfectly well just like how we have over here. Okay, the only thing is what, just the borrow book, which is different from this place, and that is it. So now what do we have to do? We have to do some other few settings, and then we are good to go with it. So let's jump on to the other settings that we have to do, and let's go. Okay guys, so we are done with the home page. We've done the the header settings and other stuff, all the other customization of the website. Right now everything is working perfectly. Now what we have to do is the about page, and then we also do the contact page. Okay, and then we will change the add to cart button over here from add to cart to what, to borrow book. Okay, and that is all what is left for us to do. So the next one that we're going to do is what, to work on the about page. So we want the about page to be something like this, over a simple page like this. Okay, so that is what we're going to do. So let's jump into it and let's go. So to design the about page, we're going to use what, Elementor page builder. So we're going to click on edit page over here. Okay guys, so now that we are over here, what we're going to do is we're going to click on what, edit with Elementor. Click on the blue button which says edit with Elementor, and then let's go ahead and then what, edit the about page. It means that we're going to design the about page. Okay, so we will design the about page using Elementor page builder, just like we did the the home page. Okay, we're going to what, we're going to do same to the about page, but with this one we're going to just copy and paste some things over here from the home page design. Okay, so we go to the home page now. So as you can see, this is what the home page. Okay, now let's look at how the about page looks like. It looks like this. Okay, so you see over here, the last page over here, we're going to copy it to what, to this place. Okay, so before we even do that, we're going to what, first of all start to create a one column section over here. Okay, so we're going to create a one column section over here, and then we're going to give it a minimum height of, let's say 400 is okay, but let's go to, let's say 500. Okay, which is quite okay. And then we're going to go to what, style over here. So click on style over here, and then let's go to the background type and choose classic background type, and then we're going to what, choose an image for it. So we're going to select an image for it, and then the image that we are going to choose, we're going to choose this image. Okay, the books over here, and then we're going to what, we're going to make it like this. Now as you can see, it is the same image that we used over here. Okay, now we're going to write this one on top of that image. Okay, so what we will do is we copy it, and then we come over here, and then just drag in a heading text heading widget over here. Okay, so we drag in a heading widget over here, and then type in your text, which is what, about digital library, and then position it or align it in the center over here. Then we're going to go to style over here, and then we're going to what, we're going to change it to white. Okay, we want to change the color to white, and then what we're going to do is we change the typography also to Montserrat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the typography to Montserrat. Okay, and then the size, I'm going to say, let's say 45. Okay, which is quite okay. And then you can bold in it anyhow you want it. Okay, so maybe you want it to be a little bit bolder and other stuff, you can do same to this one. And then we go straight to what, to this part, which is edit section over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down, and then what we are going to do is with this one, we're going to give it to what, let's say background overlay over here. Okay, so choose the background overlay, click on it to select it, and then the background type, choose classic, and then give it a color. Okay, an overlay color of what, let's say black. Okay, so it's gonna be something like this. Okay, now of course you can decide to also what, give this one a shadow. Okay, so text shadow, you can increase the text shadow. Okay, so this color opacity, I'm going to increase it so that the text will reveal itself well. Okay, so now I have this one done, which is similar to what we have over here. Okay, and that is exactly what we want. So if I want, I can go back again, and then just reduce the opacity. Okay, so I'm going to what just reduce the opacity a little bit. Okay, so that the color, the background, picture will show very well. So I have this one done over here. Now the next one is what to do this session. Okay, so this session is also another session that we're going to talk about. So now let's click on the plus button over here, and then we're going to choose the 2-column session over here, and then I am going to select this one, go to style over here, or let's say let me go back to layout, and then I'm going to the height, I'm going to say minimum height of 400, which is okay. Now over here I'm going to put an image over here. Okay, so I'll drag in an image over here, image widget over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to choose an image from here, and then I don't have that particular image over here. I'm going to go to just select the image from my files over here. So I'm going to go to website, and then I'm going to go to library, and then I'm going to go to image, and then I'm going to choose this particular image over here, and then I'm going to use that image, which is the website square logo. Okay, so I'm going to use this particular image, and then what I'm going to do is I want to go to the main session. So by clicking on the 6 dots over here, I go the edit session open for me, and then I go to the advanced side, go to advanced, and then give it a margin of 50. Okay, so a little bit of margin of 50, which is quite okay. So I think this is quite okay for me. I think it's okay. Now I can design the other side of it, which is also simple. Now this place is digital library. We have a line over here, and then all the other information follows. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this plus icon over here, and then I'm going to bring a heading over here, and then inside the heading, or the heading text, I'm going to write about digital library, just like this one over here. Now I'm going to go to style, and then style the text. I'm going to go to change this one to dark, okay, or black. I'm going to change this one to Montserrat, the typography to Montserrat, and then so after doing this, now I'm going to change this one to 35, okay, which is quite okay. Then I'm going to click on this 9 dots over here, or the grep icon over here, click on it, and then I'm going to drag in a divider. Okay, so I want to divide the heading and then the text. I'm going to give this one 50. Okay, 50 is even too much. I'm going to give it like 30. Okay, which is quite okay. Now let's go to the advance of it, and then I'm going to unlink the margin, and then give it a top margin of -20. Okay, and then the same thing also, if I want to do it to this one, I can also do same to this one. And also I'm going to give a -20 to the bottom, so that there's no space over here. Now that I've closed all the space or the gaps in between the line or the spacer, now what I have to do is to click on this 9 dot over here, and then bring in a text widget. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the text widget over here. Now I have this text widget over here. Now I'm going to just put in some dummy images, or just to write something small about the whole website, library website itself. So I'm going to use this content over here. Now that I have this one done, I'll go to style over here, and then what I will do is I'm going to change the text color to a little bit black. Okay, yeah, this is quite okay. Now go to typography, change it from Roboto to Montserrat. Okay, so now that I have Montserrat selected, sorry, I will have to change the size of it to, let's say, 18. Okay, which is quite okay. Now as you can see, everything fits in perfectly well. So now what I want to do is click on the edit session over here, go to layout, and then let me see whether is it the alignment or something. No, not the alignment, the column gap, sorry. So I'm going to give it a wider column gap, okay, so that there will be what wider space over here. So now I think I'm done with this one. The next one I have to do is what, just bring this call to action session over here. Now of course we have this call to action session in the what on the same thing over here, okay, which is the home page. So I'm just going to copy this one from the home page, okay, so copy it, come back to what, the about page, and then paste it over here, okay. So I'm going to paste it over here to make sure that I have it done. Now my my session is created, my page is what is created, everything is created. Now I can click on what, update to update the page, okay. So now I'm done with the home page, but then I need to make sure that the home page is what, mobile responsive, okay. So I'm going to click on this mobile responsive mode, and then check it on tablet first. I think this one is quite okay. Maybe a little bit of tweaks and stuff over here, but I think everything looks perfectly fine over here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the mobile side, okay. Now this is the most important side, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I go to this session and edit it. So I'm going to go to the layout of the session, and then I'll reduce this one a little bit, okay, to, let's say 292 is okay. And then I'll do the same to the text. I'll have to reduce the size of the text, okay. So I'm going to reduce the size of this text to, let's say 25 will be fine. 25 will be fine. So after that, I think everything looks fine over here. Maybe I can just adjust some few things over here. So I can go over here and then just reduce the text from here to 25, which is also quite good, okay. And then over here, instead of 18, I can make the size of it to be let's say 15, okay, which is also quite okay. So now I think everything looks perfectly well, everything works perfectly fine. And now I can click on update and then update my page. So now I am done with the about page, and I can click on view to view the about page. So guys, this is how it looks like. It is looking perfectly well, okay. So now the next one that we have to do is to work on the contact page, okay. So to be able to work on the contact page, we have to insert a contact form over here. Now if you look at our contact page over here, it is let me go over here. It is just a form which is there, okay. So just this one over here, we say is contact us, and then a form, okay. And that is all. The same way is what we're going to do to it. But before that, let me go back to the about page and then open the about page so that I can be able to copy this session, okay. This session, I need this session, so I'm going to edit with Elementor over here, and then I'm going to open the contact page, and then edit it, okay. Go over here and then click on edit page. Now before I even edit it or even do anything, I need to create the form that we will insert in it, okay. So now to do that, you remember that we installed a form builder called the Forminator over here, and that is exactly what we are going to use. So we're going to use Forminator, okay, to create the form that we want. So what we're going to do is just click on Forminator, okay. Just click on it. Now when you click on it, you're going to come over here, okay. Now of course we don't have any form on it. Now what we have to do is just click on forms over here. Click on the forms, and then it will tell you to either create or import the form. So just click on create, and then we're going to create a contact us form. Click on continue, name it as contact, okay. Name it as contact, and click on create. Now your form will be created for you in just some few minutes, okay. And then when you get a form, all what you need to do is to do some tweaks and other stuff around about it, and then you will be ready to insert it into your page. So now as you can see, we have the form over here. Now if you go, let's look at how the form really looks like. This is the original form that we want to design, okay. So now let's go back over here.
over to the forms over here, and then we have the name, email address, phone number, and then messages. Now let's go over here. Here also says what first name, address, email address, phone number, and then what message. Okay, so now we have it what over here. Now this is what the button, which is what send what message. Okay, and that is what we also want. So now that we have this form, now let's go to how it will appear on the what on the front end. So as you can see over here, this is how it appears. Okay, so we want to also make it the same way as how the original one also appeared. So do you want it to be flat? Do you want it to be bold? Do you want it to be material? I think material is quite okay for us. Okay, now with the colors, we want to use custom colors. Okay, and then I'm not going to touch anything. All what I'm going to touch is the button over here. Now we want to use the red color for our button. Okay, so I'm going to copy this color code from here and then come over here and then paste it here. Okay, so I'm going to click on select and then paste the color code here, and then we select it. Okay, so this is the background, and this is the text, and then if you hover on it, basically it should be the same thing. Okay, if you hover on it, it should also be the same thing. The focus should also be the same thing, and that is what we really want. So now we can go ahead and then go to behavior. Okay, now with the behavior, this is after submitting it, this is a message that you can, if you want to add a different behavior, maybe you don't want an inline message, you want it to load a page or whatever it is, or to open a new page for you, to say maybe you have your own customized thank you page and other stuff, you can also go ahead and then add that kind of behavior over here. So the condition, it could be inline, maybe inline message, redirect user to a URL. That is when you have your own thank you page that you want users to go over there. And then if you want to hide the form. Okay, so basically that is it. Now I'm not going to add anything to it. Now let's scroll down and then just check email notifications. Now with the email notification, this is the email that will receive the messages from the contact form. Okay, so whenever somebody send you a contact form, a contact details, or whenever somebody reach out to you, this is the email that is it will deliver into. Okay, so you have to check this particular email. Now of course, if you don't use the hosting or the domain name email, you have problem with getting or receiving the email. So I sometimes advise you to get a custom email address which is related to your hosting, so that you wouldn't have emails not being received. Okay, so it is better that your admin email should be almost the same as your hosting. Okay, your domain name, it should be custom domain email. Okay, which is I will recommend for you. So I think everything is quite okay. So all what I need to do is to just click on publish, to publish the form. Now the form is published and ready to go. I can go ahead and then click on copy over here to copy the form. Now I can go to my pages over here, go to all pages, click on all pages over here, and then I will be able to choose the page that I want to insert the form into. Alright guys, so we're gonna select or click on edit under the contact. When you hover on the contact, you see edit over there. Just click on edit over here so that we can go inside and then do all the other things, design things that we have to do. Now we don't want to use the Gutenberg blog editor. We want to use Elementor to design it. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on edit with Elementor over here. Okay, so now that we have clicked on it, we're going to wait for it to load for us, Elementor to load for us, so that we can be able to edit our page. So now it is here over here. Now what we have to do is we have to continue to start designing, or we have to start designing it. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this button over here, this plus button over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this 3-column section with the middle one bigger. Okay, over here I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to insert short code widget in it. Okay, so I'm going to click over here and then search for what short code. Okay, so remember that we copied a short code after designing the form. We're going to use this short code widget to display that short code. So what we're going to do is we're just going to select paste it over here, and then as you can see, the form is displaying for us, okay, the way we want it. Okay, so this is how it is. Now I'm going to click on this plus on top of it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my about page over here, and then I'm going to copy the hero section of the about page. I'm going to copy it and then come over here and then paste it over here. Okay, so I'm going to paste this one over here. So now I'm going to get something like this, and then I'm going to change this text over here to to contact us. Okay, so now that I have this one set up as contact us, now I need to design or style the form. Okay, so now I'm going to click on this first. Okay, this place first, the edit section first. I'm going to go to edit the advanced over here, click on advanced, and then give it to a margin. Okay, a margin of 90 top and down. Okay, so that there will be a space over here, and then there will be also space over here. Okay, now after doing that, I'm going to click on this edit column over here, and then I'm going to go to style over here. Okay, now even with this one, I'm going to give it a border. Okay, now with the border, I'm going to give it to a solid border. I'm going to give it let's say 2. Okay, and then I'll go to advanced of it, and then I'll give it a padding. Okay, so I'm going to give it a padding of 50. Okay, so 50 is is quite okay. Or let me give it, let's say 30. A padding of 30. 30 is quite okay. Okay, or let me say 35, which is quite okay. Yeah, 35 is quite okay for for it. So now that I have this one done, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to style over here, and then with the border, I will still go on the border, and I see this one which says box shadow. I'm going to click on hover over here, and then use the box shadow over here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it as it is. Now if I hover on it, you realize that there is a shadow over it, because I have activated the box shadow. Okay, so if I hover on it over here, now of course you can click over here and then increase the opacity, the blur, and all those things. Okay, you can do all those things over here, how you want the direction of the shadow, where you want it to go. You can do so over here. So this is how it is, and I can update it just like the way I have it. Now of course, if I want it to be mobile responsive, I can click over here and then check out the responsive mode of it. So now this is how it looks like, okay, on the tablet. And then if I go over here, this is how it looks like on the mobile. I can decide to click over here and then go to advanced of it, and then give it to a margin of let's say 20. Okay, so that it wouldn't touch the edges of the the device. And that is how you can be able to create a contact page for your website. So now my contact is created. I have clicked on update to update it. Now I am free to go. So now almost our website is almost done. Everything is done for us. Now we've done our home page. We have also done our about page of the library website. We also done the library, where we can see all the books and other stuff over here. We can also sort between popularity and all those things. We can even decide to toggle around the list view, and then the grid view, how we want it to be. Okay, it depends on you. So we can also go ahead and then check the contact page over here, and then see how the contact page also looks like. Very nicely done. We can also go ahead and then check my account page. This is also the account page, where if you borrow books and other stuff, you see it in your orders and other stuff. You can see it over there. So now guys, I think we are good to go. and then our website is almost done. Now the only thing that is really left for us is for us to what get a code that will be able to change the what the you know the add to cart button over here. Okay, so how do you change this add to cart button? Now of course I don't know the code. Imagine, let's say I don't know the code they used in what in changing the add to cart button over here. Now there is a way I can be able to what get the code. Okay, now nowadays AI is what is very common and it's doing amazing job, and that is why we're going to use a software called the Chat GPT. Okay, so the Chat GPT will be able to help us to change the add to cart button that we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to just search for what openai.com. okay, or let's say chat. Let me go to what chat.openai.com/chat. okay, just type in this one, chat.openai.com/chat. It's going to open OpenAI for you if you haven't signed in, or if you haven't you don't have an account over there. Now what it's going to do is it's going to tell you to log in and other stuff. Now of course, as you can see over here, they said the capacity right now is very high. Okay, ChatGPT is at capacity right now. It means that they are people are on it, and their servers are really busy. They cannot accept anybody in again. This is the first time of me seeing this particular thing over here, but don't worry, I'll still leave the code in the description for you if you want to know how to change the the add to cart button. And then also I have done a video on it. I've done a video on it on how to be able to change the the add to cart button on any WordPress website. Okay, so what I did a video on it. You can also watch that video using open Chat GPT over there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the code from from this website. Okay, so I'll go to the back end of this website and then just copy the code and then use it on the new website. Now of course I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to able to get the code, okay, that you need. Okay, so I'm going to go to code snippet over here, and then I'm going to just edit this one which says borrow book over here, and then this is the code that I used. Okay, so this is the code that I used. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this code over here. I'm just going to copy this code, and then I'll come to my website over here. So I'm going to come over here and then go to the back end of this website and then paste in the code in the code snippet side over there. So let's go to code snippet. Okay, go over here and then click on code snippet, and then it will tell you to create a code snippet. So these are all the snippets that I have. I'm going to add new snippet, and then what it will tell me to do is to select it from the predefined or already made snippets over here. But that is not what I want. I want my own kind of snippet. So I'm going to add my custom snippet. Okay, so I'll click on add new use custom snippet, and then what I'll do is I'll just say borrow book over here. Okay, so I'm going to use this one which says borrow book, and then the code type I'm going to change it to JavaScript to PHP snippet, and then I'm going to paste in this code over here. Okay, so this is the code that I pasted, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate it and save it. Okay guys, so the code is activated and saved. Now let's go back to our website and then see if it is running on or it has been activated on it. So let's hover on it, and you see borrow book is what is there over here. Okay, so like I told you, I'll leave the code over there for you. Okay, now not just the borrow book, but we want it to also change something from the checkout. So for instance, if I click on borrow book over here, it will direct me to the cart page over here, and then I'll click on proceed to checkout. Now if I go to checkout over here, you see that it says place order. Okay, I don't want it to say place order, I want it to say maybe borrow. Okay, so I'm going to go back to code snippet over here, and then go to the other snippets that this website have, and then you see we have checkout over here. I'm going to just edit the checkout, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this one. I'll also give you this code. Okay, so don't worry, I'll give you this code. I'm going to copy this code over here, and then come to this code snippet over here, and then come back to add. I'm going to click on add snippet, and then I'm going to use my own custom code, and then I'll also say checkout. Okay, so now the code type is a PHP code. Okay, and then I'm going to paste in this one over here, make it active, and then save the snippet. So guys, my snippet is saved. Now if I go to the checkout and then I refresh, you see it is now borrow over here. Okay, and that is it. Now guys, if I want to borrow a book and I have to fill all these things, I mean, like, I'll be so disturbed. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to remove some of these things over here. Okay, and that is why you remember that we installed another plugin for the forms, which is the checkout form. Okay, checkout form editor that we installed. So to do that, we're going to hover on WooCommerce over here, go to checkout forms over here, or checkout form over here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to disable some of the form. Okay, or we're going to remove some of the form fields. Okay, so what we're going to do is these are all the form fields that we have. We do not have we do not ship. Okay, so we don't have anything related to shipping over here. But when you come over here, we have the billing name, billing first name, billing last name, company name. I don't want to see any company. The country is already stated over there, so maybe I'll leave the country, and then I'll leave the address, street address, or if I like, I'll decide to remove all this one, and then just leave the city, the billing state, I'll remove it, the billing postcode, I'll remove it, and then leave the phone number, and then the billing email. Okay, so these are the things that I need, and then after that I'm going to click on disable. So all the things that I've ticked will be disabled, and then when I save the changes, click here to save the changes, and then when I come back over here, and then I click on refresh over here, I'm supposed to see some changes over here. So guys, as you can see, I only have these ones to fill, and that is how you can be able to edit your checkout form. Okay, the fields over here, you can be able to remove some of them from it, and then just keep the rest, the few ones that you want your customers or your users to be able to fill. Okay, so users of the library website to be able to fill this one, and then click on borrow to borrow the book. So guys, I hope this tutorial helps you to be able to design a library website of your own. This is an amazing website tutorial that I have really compiled it very well, and I pray that you guys are going to use it well, and then learn from it. Thank you for watching this video, and please once again subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Just when you subscribe, click on the notification bell and like this video for me. Okay, please like the video for me. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.